So one of my favorite things about Florida is that no matter where you stay, and this week I'm staying in Palm Coast, having a tough time catching the numbers of saltwater fish that I normally do because of a couple of storms that went through. But the great thing about the Central Florida to North Florida area is there's thousands of lakes. So one of the cool things about social media is that you make a lot of friends that you don't even really know, but you know them through social media. So today we're hooking up with Justin Herndon. Justin is a native watercraft angler, and we're here with Chris Cantwell, who is a native watercraft team member. And so what we're doing is we're exploring a little lake. And listen, you know me, if I'm gonna come somewhere and fish, I gotta chase some bass. So we found this little municipality lake. There's tons of them. And we're gonna jump out there and try to catch some fish. We're gonna stay off the tournament waters for the KBF Open so we don't interfere with any of the competitors, but it's time to get out there and flex a little fish muscle. Maybe that's a term, fussle, fish muscle. No, we'll just stick with fish muscle. So anyway, here we go.
My name's Chris Cantwell, pro staff for Native Watercraft. So I started off probably back in 2010, canoeing and everything. Going camping trips, going down the Osable River up north and doing the river floats and stuff like that. A couple years after doing that, like consistently twice, 3 times a year, I was wondering why I wasn't bringing my fishing gear, so I started doing that. And then floating with other people was a little cumbersome, so that's when I bought my first kayak, so I can have my own personal space, do my own thing, go the speed that I want to. That's kind of where it started. You know, just like a lot of people, you know, I had a slim budget, started off with what I could afford, and over the course of years I saved up and, you know, had my eye on the prize of a native watercraft that was something that I've always wanted. I knew it had the stability that I was looking for, you know, fishing big water like Lake Erie, Lake St. Clair. I wanted that stability, and it was a big comfort of mine to be able to go out and tackle those waters. Here we go. All right. First fish of the day. I'll take it. We had a cold front move in last night, so typically that can slow down the fish. So one of the things that I'm doing is throwing a weightless yum dinger. It's in that June bug color, classic Florida colors from what I've read. It's a good one back home too. It's one of my go-to baits back home for a Senko or yum dinger, as this one is. And basically, you know, I'm looking for the sunspots. So what I'm looking for are these open areas in these lily pads or next to these tules, and just tossing the bait in the little pockets and stuff like that, or along the edge of the lily pads. And the nice thing about rigging it weightless is you got a really nice slow fall presentation. The fish are usually a little bit slower in the morning. So what they're doing is they're kind of congregating around these sunny areas, and as soon as this thing comes falling down past them, well, game over after that. Fish number 2. They're getting bigger. These northern Michigan tactics are still working down in Florida. I'll take that on a tournament day.
There he is. You know what? They don't have to be big to be fun. When you find these little isolated pockets behind, you know, a grass line or a tree line, or in this case, like a little cattail lily line. And I saw that fish laying back in there underneath the pads and really pitched the frog to it, or the toad, I should say. And that joker chomped it.
Yeah, so third fish of the day. Sun's getting a little higher in the sky, so I figured I'd switch it up a bit, throw the chatterbait along the weed bed edge here, and a few casts in, we got one. Little bluegill color chatterbait custom with a Zoom speedworm as a trailer. Let's get some more. All right, got a little pickerel here. Got to be careful. Obviously, you can't lip them like a bass. It's kind of, these little guys, you can kind of just, got to hold them right here. If it's a bigger one, you kind of grab them like that. Little hammer handle. Let's get them back in the water. Chatterbait again. I seem to be getting my mouth strikes on this. Got to replace the trailer now. The speed worm, to me, is a little long. I like a little bit more compact chatterbait. So, bite an inch and a half off or so. And thread the bait on. There we go. Ready to rock.
Did you see that? Got him. Well, you gotta be kidding me. You ain't getting away, fish. Not that big. Your fat sister got away, but you didn't.
What's cool about Florida and what I like about it, and I'll definitely be back because of it, is really the diversity of the type of fishing you can do. You know, we can drive to the coast and catch saltwater fish. We can go through some of the salt flats, redfish. I mean, you name it. I mean, we're here fishing largemouth. There was a couple pickerel that I seen following my chatterbait earlier today, and it's really, you name it, you got it in Florida.
Yeah, man, it was super cool to finally meet Chad. It's been 3 years in the making. Glad to finally meet him, and he'll be back. We'll hit some new water and get it done. Get some big old buckets.
So listen, this year we've partnered with Native Watercraft. So I'm gonna turn it over to Chris Cantwell of the Native Pro staff. I'm gonna turn it over to him to let him talk to you about the boat he's been using in this episode, the all new for 2020 Native Slayer Propel Max.
All right, guys, starting at the bow, we got a nice comfortable grab handle. Coming back, we got the horizontal rod storage, newly redesigned front hatch, storage tray. This also has a battery compartment with a through-hole scupper, and that'll allow you to mount a transducer underneath. And this is the new 701 series Propel drive. It has new bicycle-style pedals, new crank arms. We also have the new style prop with an integrated weed guard. And remember, Native Watercraft was the first with reverse. On either side, we have storage for two 3600 Plano boxes. And we also have, what's nice, is a nice electronics mount for any of your electrical switches or USB plugs, anything along those lines. We have a forward-facing rod holder for when you need to re-rig a bait or when you're landing a fish so you can manage the catch. Nice big storage area underneath the seat. Nice comfortable seat. Two rod holders in the back. Nice big tank well, so you can put whatever gear you need to, like your black pack, all your tackle, waterproof storage bag, whatever you're doing for that trip, you got plenty of storage. And in the back here, we have two nice big grab handles for easy loading onto your truck or trailer, whatever you decide to choose. And then as always, guys, if you have any other questions, go to nativewatercraft.com.